Okay, gonna be taking a quick look at the M2R Warrior from Olight. It's got the Cree XHP35. It is one of the newest chips. I think the most important thing is it's got a very small die. It's 3.5 millimeters wide, which means with a smaller source, it focuses better with the same reflector. The XHP50, for example, is 5 millimeters wide. So that's almost 50% wider than the 3.5 millimeters. Now, one of the first things I do when I test a flashlight is I grab a light meter. Here we go. So, light meter, go in the basement, bounce light off the ceiling, and what I observe in terms of lux is graphed here on the side versus what they claim. The M2R Warrior is right there, and being above the trend line means that, at least compared to all the competition, etc., that you'll see here, it actually outperforms, or at least the performance is better than the average claim. So, not surprising, Olight doesn't seem to fudge their numbers. They seem to have very good output from what they claim. And let's see, right here comes in a rather nice holster. The holster, instead of just having a Velcro like this, actually has this little button that you push. So I think the idea is you can do this very quietly rather than pulling on Velcro, at the same time being quite secure. It also comes with this two-way pocket clip. Now, the nice thing about that pocket clip is if you put it in your pocket, you're going to have it bezel up. As you see, it sits quite deep in the pocket, so it's safe. It's not going to pop off easily. Or if you prefer to, you can have it with the bezel down. Okay. Now, this does still have Olight's magnetic tail cap, so you can charge it this way. The downside, though, at least compared to other Olight flashlights, so this is an Olight H2R Nova. This will actually hold itself horizontally, and of course it will hold itself vertically. The M2R Warrior will hold itself vertically, but besides being longer and heavier, it will not hold itself in this way at all, unfortunately. But I don't think that's the type of thing that you're buying this for. I don't know that you'd be using this as much as a work light. It does have some nice features, as we'll see here. So, first thing is, you can see how tight that beam is and how much side spill. Not a lot of side spill. Again, the smaller die on the chip combined with this size bezel and lens is going to give you throw and not as much side spill. Now, the issue here is that I actually am using a regular, in this case it's an East Shine. Oh, it's got a little bit of vacuum sticking it in there. Okay, there we go. So I'm actually using an East Shine battery right now because they've changed this to allow charging of regular batteries. The old style Olight batteries, like on this H2R, it actually has both a positive and a negative next to each other. So that can be kind of tricky because not only can you only use the tail cap charger with their battery, but there's always a chance of shorting that out. So in this case, this is actually a clicky. If you press it slightly, you get a momentary bright light, or if you press it, then it stays on. In this case, this is the turbo mode, which is quite bright. 1500 lumens. Now, I think the compromise here, of course, if you do want to have a tail cap charging system, this is really the way to go. There are other lights, of course. So here's a Nightcore. It's the MH20 GT. They basically have a built-in USB type charger on the side, but as a result, obviously this one is a fatter head, no tail cap. In this case, I actually have a little bit of a piece here to help with the tail stand, but you know, apples to apples, it's a shorter light, but definitely a fatter light. Or in this case, this is a Rofus KR20. This one actually has a one of these holders, a grip on it. Much nicer clicky. As you can hear, that really clicks. This is a Surefire. So if you're holding it like this, you can really get that switch with your thumb. And I think ergonomically, that's where this falls a little bit short. It's got a nice, real clean look, but even though there's a bit of a gap here, there's no holder included, and as a result, pressing that isn't really the most ergonomic feature of this light. But I'd say that in terms of, so for example, push it 3 times to get a strobe. Oops. Turn it on. You hold the light and hold the switch and it cycles through the light levels. Now, if you double click, automatically goes to the brightest light level. Although that is not, as you see there, that's the turbo mode, so not the full power. Any other questions or comments, I'll put it inside the review. But thanks for watching.